Balochistan has a history with Pakistan. Balochistan, especially after the British colonizers, after Second World War, when they left the region, Balochistan announced its independence on 11th of August, and later on 15th of August, Pakistan and India announced their independence. So Balochistan was a free country for 7 months from August 1947 until March of 1948. And later on, again, of course, with the help of British Army, Pakistan occupied Balochistan against the will of the people of Balochistan. And since it was occupied, they run the province as a colony for decades. And there has been several uprising against the Pakistani policy, against the military in Balochistan, but all of those uprising was crushed brutally, and particularly after the Musharraf taking over power, uh, it people in Balochistan came to this conclusion that in this country we are not getting any rights. It does not matter if you go through democratic processes because it's also under the control of the military. We will never get our rights. So we want the right of the self-determination in the United Nations. We want to practice our right of self-determination, and that was the triggering point, a realizing of that we cannot live anymore with Pakistan. So we want to practice our right of self-determination. And later on, there has been small skirmishes between army and some tribal area leaders, particularly Nawab Akbar Khan Bukti, because in that area, particularly in the district Dera Bukti and Sui, the natural gas is coming out of there, which I don't know how much percent of the Pakistan it is serving. But even though in 1950s the gas was discovered in that area, and till today it is not, Balochistan don't haven't benefited out of that gas. Most of the people in most of the areas in Balochistan are using still the firewoods for cooking and other purposes, and the entire other country has benefited out of that gas. So in 2005 and 2004, now Akbar Khan Bukti, when their agreement was coming to end, and Akbar Khan Bukti was demanding more rights in that particular in that gas reserves. So the military opposed and denied him any rights. So that's where attacks on gas installations begin in Balochistan, and also an armed resistance evolved. And of course, later on in 2006, Nagar Khan Bukti was killed, and the way his body was treated, he was buried in the absence of his family members. No one has his coffin were locked and buried, and till today, his family is not allowed to go and on his grave. So that was an escalation point in Balochistan, and afterwards there was also the armed resistance grew, the political movement grew, and that's the very reason where the military operations actually began. So it was initially targeted few camps where the militants were present, but later on it was expanded to the peaceful political activists, and later on their family members. And nowadays, no matter who you are, in which area of Pakistan you are living, if you are opposing the army's policies, you are getting disappeared or you can get killed. So that was the very reasons.